comes from China.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Points of Articulation. It came from China. Here we have another package. So let's get this bad boy open and see what's inside. This should be more knockoff Lego minifigures. Obviously by your thumbnail there. But yep, that's all of them today. Nice, so here we have 12 minifigures in a cool pile. And what we're going to do is, just like in my other videos, we're going to build one together. And then we're going to have a nice detailed look at every single figure that came in the package today. So let's get started. Alright, let's get started by opening up this little poly bag here. And emptying the contents out on the table. And this, I believe, is a Death Star technician guy. You know, they're the people that operated the super laser. We can see a cool minifigure face with his little radio right there. Headset, pretty awesome. Paint doesn't look too bad at all. And then we have that cool helmet. I gotta put it on. Not bad at all, and it looks like the Imperial symbol might actually be good. Nice. We do have a little plastic sticking off the top, but not too bad. Let's get this guy built. We'll start with the hands, like always. Good, nice little snap there. When it clicks, you know it's good, because that means it's tight. Wow, did you hear that? We might be lucky this time, guys. Let's get the other arm. There we go. Get that in there. There we go, a little tough there. And then he also comes with a gun. Right off the bat, this is cheap as hell. Ugh, what are you gonna do? Put the projectile in there anyway. Does it even work? Yeah, barely. But not too bad, I guess. Also get an extra hand. We'll put that to the side. So let's get this guy in the base. You know, I was just going to say, the base isn't too bad. But then I looked at the bottom, and of course we do have some of the plastic hanging off the mold. It is what it is. But not too bad. So, having our first minifigure out of its poly bag and constructed, I have to say, I'm very impressed with this one. Tight joints, even paint, the paint apps on the body look good, and each of these minifigures does come with a base, but as we can see on this one, it does have some plastic sticking out the bottom. You could easily cut that away if you really wanted to. But, not a bad start, so now, let's see what else came in this set. Now, just like real blind bag Legos, we also get these stands, and, you know, at first they look good, but you turn them over and they have some flash. What are you gonna do? Now, before I get started, I do have to say this. When I open these up from their packages, there is no chemical smell, no odors whatsoever, there's no residue on my fingers. For the most part, they seem pretty legit. It's when you get close up that you notice all the differences. Having said all that, I do get a lot of comments saying, why would I buy these? Listen, it's for entertainment, it's for fun. I do buy real Legos. I recently just bought the brand new AT-AT, the Rise of Skywalker Millennium Falcon, all the Mandalorian sets. I do buy the real thing. These videos are just for fun, so sit back and relax and enjoy the video. First up, we have the Bam Stormtrooper, first seen in Solo: A Star Wars Story, and I have to say, I love this figure. The torso and legs look really good. I love the jagged cape. Very nice. He also comes with a blaster. Where this particular figure fails is the face paint on the helmet. It's a tad off. You can see the eyes are up on the upper half of the helmet. What are you gonna do? Now looking at the figure itself real quick, lifting up the cape, you can see there is some nice details behind there. And when removing the helmet, you can see it does have a generic Imperial face print. Up next, we have the Imperial Patrol Trooper, again first seen in Solo: A Star Wars Story, and I have to say, I do love the torso and the leg paint on here. Very nice. But again, just like most of the Imperial troops, the helmet paint is way off. You can see it is very sloppy. I'm a fan of this particular trooper, just not the paint application on the helmet. He also does come with a nice blaster. Having a closer look, we can remove the helmet to show the same Imperial face we're going to see for most of the figures today. For our next figure, we have the Imperial Stormtrooper, a big fan favorite. We could see that the paint on the torso and legs looks very nice, clean work, lines, everything's there that should be. He also comes with a blaster, but yet again, where it fails is the paint on the helmet. At first glance, it doesn't look too bad, but upon further inspection, the gray line that goes around the eye slits is a little off, and then you have those two gray rectangles. One's attached to the line, the other one's about maybe a couple little tidbits away from that line, and it, so close but yet so far. Having a closer look, we can remove the helmet to show the Imperial face yet again. Moving on, we have the Imperial hover tank pilot, first seen in Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and this design here is one of my favorites that ever came out of Star Wars. I love the helmet shape and how the bodies aren't really that armored, but they're armored enough just to pilot something, and it's a great concept. The paint on here is great on the torso and legs. He comes with a blaster, and again, where it fails is the helmet. You can see this gray line that sort of zigzags right around the top of his brow, above the eyes where that black line is, and it's like, you know, yet again, fail. Lifting the helmet though, we can see the same old face print again. For the next figure, I'm really excited about this one. We have the Scarif Shore Trooper, first seen in Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and I dig the design on this just as much as the Imperial hover tank pilot. Really interesting work they did in Rogue One. For the minifigure itself, great paint and design work on the torso and legs, very nice. He also has a blue arm. The helmet is actually pretty good. We have some oranges and grays and blacks working together. The only issue I can find on here is a little piece of plastic that hangs off the bottom of his helmet. It's from the molding process. He also comes with an awesome looking gun, which also has plastic hanging off of it. No QC. Having a closer look, the helmet can come off, showing yet again the same old Imperial face print. Sticking with our Rogue One theme, the next one up is the Imperial Death Trooper Commander. And at first, it looks great. You can see the grenades and all the straps on his torso, the ammo on his shoulder, looking great. He has that cloth pauldron hanging off, a cool looking blaster. Again, where it fails is the helmet. Everything seems to be shifted slightly to the left, detail-wise. The eyes look good, some of the grays are off. What are you gonna do? And of course, you can remove the helmet to show the same face print we've been looking at for the past 6 figures. Moving on, the next figure we have is the Imperial TIE Pilot, first seen in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. And at first glance, this looks great. Looking at it from here, it looks awesome. I love the detailing on the torso and legs yet again. The helmet doesn't look bad. I think that the left and right hand side of the face is a little off. If you stare at the photo long enough, you'll see what I'm talking about. And also the gray piece in the front of the helmet in between the 2 Imperial symbols is a bit off. Again, these are knockoffs. I'm not expecting perfection. It is what it is. Oh yeah, and it has the same face as well. Moving on from there, we have the Imperial Gunner, first seen in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Now, besides a little piece of plastic hanging off the top of the helmet like alfalfa, this is a great minifigure knockoff. It looks good, the paint is clean, the helmet is very nice. Look at that Imperial symbol. Perfection. It even has some red and green on the side of the helmet with that little doodad there. And it comes with a blaster that actually works. Now you might be asking yourself, Dave, why are you so happy about this? It's because I do own the real version of this particular minifigure that came with the Obi-Wan tractor beam set. and this is pretty legit. It's close to the real thing. And guess what? When you remove the helmet, it's a brand new face print with a headset, which is awesome. Moving on to our next figure, we have the Imperial Transport Pilot, which came with the Vader's Castle set. And I gotta be honest, I love the design here. It's very similar to the Imperial Hover Tank Pilot. I love the blue, and the paint is near perfect. Blue arms, torso, and legs are nicely done. The helmet is nice and centered, nothing's lopsided. I guess if I stared at it for like maybe 30 minutes, I would find different things to nitpick. But on the whole, looking at it close, looking at it from distance, it looks great. Having said all that, you're able to remove the helmet to show yet again another Imperial face print. Moving on, we have the Snowtrooper, first seen in Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. And my god, the helmet paint is off. It's a little tilted to the right hand side and it just ruins the whole thing. Ah. Besides the helmet though, the rest of the body looks great. The figure also features some soft goods, which is a nice touch. Beautiful paint on the torso section with the red, gray, and black and blue all working together. And also underneath that, we have our legs and it comes with a blaster. But besides all that, you know what's coming. You're able to remove the helmet to show the same face we saw the other 9 times. Alright, I'm getting tired of looking at troopers. How about something different? We're almost done. We have the Blue Squadron Pilot, first seen in Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. And to me, besides the Rebel insignias being off on the helmet, this is almost a perfect minifigure knockoff. The face print looks great. The torso, the legs, everything's there that should be. And he also comes with a blaster. It's just a shame that the helmet paint is a little off. Oh, so close. Now this figure, like the rest, has a removable helmet featuring 2 different faces. And I think that's a nice touch. They didn't need to do that, but I'm happy they did. It gives it a little variety. And for our final minifigure today, we have Tali Lintra in her A-Wing pilot suit. And on the whole, this looks amazing. Yes, the helmet has some paint bleeding on it, but from her face print all the way down to her torso, it looks amazing. All the little silver buckles and everything is there, and she even has her little ascot or bandana, whatever you want to call it, around her neck. And I think that looks very nice. Such a cool character, and yet just blown up with one hit. What are you gonna do? Now, just like most of the minifigures, her helmet is removable, showing 2 different faces. And for a quick size comparison with the Star Wars Lego knockoff minifigures, I have some other knockoff minifigures from the Star Wars universe as well as the DC universe characters. And I have to say, Star Wars wise, the quality is different from figure to figure, as we saw it going through all the figures today. Some are good, some are bad, some are horrible. With DC and especially the Marvel ones, quality control is increased 100-fold. The DC versions are very nice. We have the Joker, a couple different Batman. You can see Aquaman there, and Aquaman looks great. One thing I do have to say, and it might be a spoiler for a future video, me and Tyler looked at several Iron Man minifigures that are knockoffs from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they look amazing. Wait until you see that video. However, getting back to the now, if you're interested in seeing reviews of any of these minifigures, check the links in the description below. And that does it today for another episode of It Came From China. Today we looked at about 12 different Lego knockoff minifigures from the Star Wars universe, and they're hit and miss. Some are not so well painted, and a couple actually look pretty decent. Now, like I said, these have no odor, they don't seem toxic at all. However, I do have to stress, if you have kids and you're buying these for fun, don't give it to children that still put things in their mouth, because I don't personally know if they use lead paint or not, so just keep an eye out for that. And also, I know people skip through my videos. I do support real Lego. I buy them all the time. I love Lego. It's one of my favorite brands. However, these videos are for entertainment. They're for fun. I know what I'm buying is garbage for the most part. But, this is just to entertain all of you, so I hope you really did enjoy the video. So getting back to the minifigures, out of the 12 minifigures we looked at today, on the torso and legs, accessories, the paint was very nice. Even on the minifigures' faces, the paint was normally pretty good. It's just when you get to the helmets, it doesn't matter if it's a Stormtrooper or a Rebel pilot, it seems that whatever process they use, nothing is level or even. So that's a shame. When it comes to their bodies, construction, and joints, for the most part, they are tight jointed. Nothing's really loose this time, which is nice. But you could tell they are an inferior plastic, which is a shame. Now, if I would have to pick my favorites out of this set today, I have two. The first would be the Imperial Gunner. I think that figure came out very nice, and it's almost equal to its real counterpart. Moving on from there, my number one pick in this particular set would be the Imperial Transport from Vader's Castle. And I think it's a great looking minifigure. It stands out, the blue is very nice, the paint is clean, the joints are tight, and I think it really works. So that's everything I have to say about this episode of It Came From China. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button. And if you'd like to see new videos every Thursday, subscribe. Again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for taking time out of your busy schedule to watch my content. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, everybody.